Hey MSU, welcome to another Sunday message at the Wesley. I hope all is well as you have been engaging on this Labor Day weekend. If many of you missed out on our WOW Bible study on Wednesday, let me tell you, it was a good time. We engaged in a lesson that is going to be the premise of our message for today. But guess what? We're coming back again next week. So we hope to see you next week in Olympus 1:30 in the West Campus Annex at 7 p.m. You'll see my smiling face as well as our staff, and we'll be glad to welcome you into another time as we dig into the book of Genesis, chapter 3, talking about temptation. Yeah, we're talking about temptation. You know that thing that every now and again creeps in and has you wanting to do things you probably know you shouldn't do. Yeah, we're talking about that. And so on this past Wednesday, we read from the book of Genesis chapter 3, where Adam and Eve are in the garden, and there's this crafty little serpent that comes into the garden, and it starts to whisper things inside of Eve's ear. And as you may remember from the story, Eve says, that sounds good what you're talking about, Mr. Serpent. And then she takes of the fruit and she gives some of that fruit to her husband, Adam, who was with her. And they eat, and the Bible says that their eyes were open. And if you know anything about the story, you know that there was a little temptation there because God told Adam and Eve not to eat from the fruit in the first place. And you know how that is when you've been told you shouldn't do something, or even you know you shouldn't do something, but you know something is in your ear. Maybe it be your own conscience. Maybe it's your homegirl, your homeboy telling you, hey girl, you know you need to do that, or hey bro, you know you need to do that. And it creeps in your ear, and then you begin to ponder like, maybe I should do that. And then you give in to it. Well, we just want to encourage you, hey, don't give in to your temptation. As a matter of fact, there are a few things that you can do to avoid that temptation. One of the first things you need to do is trust the source over the resource. I bet you're probably like, man, Rev, what in the world are you talking about? Trust the source over the resource. See, oftentimes the thing that we're tempted by is just a small piece of something bigger that we can have. Yeah, you heard that right. Sometimes that little thing that you want, that thing that is tugging on you so heavy that you feel like you just can't live without, it's really just a small piece. You know, and you know what I'm talking about. It could be a variety of things. It could be that relationship that you're trying to take to the next level before it's time to go to the next level. Yeah, that's just the resource. Because you're going to miss out on the whole picture, which is the relationship that's going to be beautiful and wonderful when you give into that temptation. And what Adam and Eve in the Bible didn't realize is they were getting from the little bit of fruit, and God was the source. God had everything. And they wanted a little bit of piece of fruit to make their eyes open, to give them wisdom, and make them think that they were smart, when God had a whole garden for them. So always trust the source over the resource. The second thing, question the temptation. See, what I wish Adam and Eve would have done is say, hey, how you know this information? God didn't tell us that, but they ain't questioned the serpent at all. They gave right into it. And so when you are tempted, maybe you need to question the tempter, question the temptation. Ask the temptation, is this a result or a consequence of something that is instant gratification, or something I need to wait for? Yeah, you need to wait for it, because sometimes temptation wants you to have it right now, and you need to wait for it. Second thing you need to ask yourself, is this a choice of freedom or is it faith? Am I really believing for what God told me is supposed to be mine, or you want it right now because you have the freedom to get it? You know how it is. You don't really want to wait, and you probably have the money right now, and you go ahead and click on that link and go ahead and buy that purse or buy those shoes when you know you should be waiting till maybe you get paid a little bit later. Ask yourself, is this a matter of choice, or am I really trusting God to do what I really need God to do? And then lastly, when you feel tempted and you feel like you just gotta have it right then, take a day or two. Relax, pause. Because if it's really for you, if it's there today, it'll be there tomorrow. And if it's there the day after that, then you might know it might really be for you. So these are the three things that you probably can do when you feel tempted. Trust the source over the resource. Question the temptation or the tempter, and then relax for a bit. Take a day or two and see if that works for you. Hopefully this will strengthen you as you feel tempted, especially on this Labor Day weekend. You probably already had some temptation, but you have some tools now to help you as you go forward. Blessings to you all. Have a great week. See y'all at WOW on Wednesday. Peace.